Last round. Fight!
Hello and welcome to the Last Round Podcast. I'm your host, Dan Saunders. Joining me as always, my co-host, Anton Austin. We're here at Majestic Gym in Wigan to interview a man who's had about 800 fights, Josh Hill.
Hi, thanks for having me.
No problem. So you've had, how long have you been fighting Muay Thai for? Because it feels like you've had like literally about 500 fights.
I started training when I was 10 at Majestic Gym, and then I only had my first fight just before my 14th birthday.
Right.
So I'd done like a lot of interclubs. I had about 30 interclubs before I had a fight.
You had one at 2 Technical, didn't you, in Manchester?
Yeah.
I saw it on YouTube the other day.
Yeah, I had a lot. And then I had my first fight, and I was just thrown in at deep end. I think I had my first ever fight against George Jarvis. Then I had my second fight the same day against Stuart Stabler, and then just kept fighting. Just kept fighting like.
So how many amateur fights? Do you know off the top of your head how many amateur fights?
I had 4 junior fights. I had 14 N class and pro am, and then I've had 35 like with no shin guard.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. 25 A class.
Yeah.
What's your pro? Do you know your pro record? How many fights you've had?
I've had 35 with no shin guards. I don't know when last, but.
Yeah, because I remember I was watching the Jack Cooper fight, and it said before that you'd had 54, I think it
53,
was.
yeah.
53.
I've had 53 now, so 52 at the time, but that's like everything.
Right, okay. How many fights did you have? Because you've been to Thailand a lot, haven't you?
Yeah.
You like spending time out there?
Yeah, I've had 15 in Thailand, so.
What's that experience like, being out in Thailand, training there, fighting there?
Brilliant, like, it's more, it just gets you used to just being ready all the time and not being bothered, like, you could train and then they'll be like, you want to fight tonight, or like I had that. I think it was my third time there. I was going out there for 3 months, and I just fought here. I fought UK number 10 George Carter, and then I got there and I went watching Mandy from Two Brothers, and she fought on a show out there, and then I went watching her cornered her, and then the promoter came up to me and started feeling my arm. And then so I didn't think of anything off it, and then it was I went back and I had like a 7-Eleven meal and got food poisoning and was like in bed for 2 days. And then I got up, I ran, and then did a round of pads, and after 30 seconds I was like, I can't, like went back to my room, threw up. And then they knocked on my door and was like, you want to fight tonight? I was like, yeah, alright. So I was like, yeah, and then I won, like I cut the lad 3 times in round 1, and then it was a 3-round fight.
So was your first A-class fight in Thailand?
Yeah, my first A-class was in Thailand. I went over there, and I went with a lad who had previously fought here, Isaac Taylor. I know he fought Isaac, yeah. So me and Isaac went over together, and there was like a lot of top UK lads there at the time. There was like me, Mike Eslick, Adam Maslow, Sam Baruka, if you remember Sam.
I think so.
Sam was like UK number 2,
right,
professionally at the time, and he was young. He was living out there. And I had my first fight out there, and me and Isaac turned up. We drove to Wahim, which was like a 3-hour drive, and then we got out, and then they went, right, your opponents are swapping because you're slightly taller, Josh. Like, me and Isaac were fighting at the same weight back home.
Right,
like,
okay.
So.
What was that like? Was you panicking a bit, or was you just
No, I didn't know who I was fighting.
Right,
and then like we were just warming up, had me like, it was like in a gym. It was like just in someone's gym, like having a fight. And then I remember it was like a fight away, so they were cornering all the young Thai kids. And then I went in my fight, and then they went him, and I was like, nah, surely not. Like the guy looked like built as anything.
Yeah.
And they're like, no, you're fighting him. So I was like, oh no. And then they went, if you want to win, you gotta knock him out. Elbow, spin elbow, everything. Get in the ring, and they're like, right, it was Wednesday, and they're like, right, he's fighting Saturday, don't cut him. So I'm like, oh shit, like that's a game from that window. So I ended up fighting him. I knocked him out in round 4. Like stopped him with body kicks, and I got out the ring, and I was like, oh, how many fights you had? He said, oh, I don't know, but 120 wins. And I'd already turned 17 like a few weeks before, and then he was like, I was like, how old are you? He was like, oh, I'm 26. So I came back to the gym, and Sam was like, oh, I saw your picture on Instagram. He went, oh, I fought him last year. sounds like UK number 2 at the time.
Yeah,
so
so
it was
it's
like,
a good confidence boost
yeah.
as well. So just
nice.
backpedal a little bit. So they actually told you don't cut him because he's fighting on Saturday.
Yeah, so I got in the ring and they're just like, he's fighting Saturday, don't cut him.
Who told you that? Your corner?
No, the ref.
Oh, the ref.
Yeah. So the ref in the middle was like, he's fighting Saturday, don't cut him.
Wow.
So I'm like, right,
That's
okay.
mental. So what gym was that? What gym did you go to with Isaac? Sorry, was it?
Kiat Fonte.
Okay.
But with that, me and Isaac obviously went together for a month, and
Right.
then our last day we got a message and was like, "You want to fight each other when you get home? Want a rematch on Yokkao?" I just looked at him and went, "Yeah, let's do it." So yeah, we came back and fought each other.
No way. Wow, that's bizarre, isn't it?
Yeah, that's weird. I think it's mad how in Thailand, like, they can just say to that on the day, like, "Do you want to fight tonight?" Like, I'd be on edge constantly, like, shit, they asked me to fight tonight, or
Yeah, you just have mad experiences out there. Like, I think the maddest one I had was I just fought on Max. It was my first time on Max.
Okay.
I just turned 18 at the time, so it was, I think, 3 years ago or something
Right,
now.
okay.
And yeah, it was 2017. Anyway, I was like, "Oh, can you get me a fight before I go home?" And I was going home in like 4 days, so I was like, "Oh, we'll see what we can do."
Yeah.
Anyway, so I met in the bag, and they were like, "Josh, come here," and they went, "Right, you want to fight him?" And this lad had been watching me on bag all evening, and I was like, "Right, okay." I was like, "Yeah, all right." They went, "Right, go and clinch his teammate." So I had to go and clinch his teammate, and I was like, "Oh," and then they were telling me that he's only 62 kilos, so it's all right. So like I looked him up and like he was like a regular like Rajadam and Lumpini and everything. He was from the same gym. He was from.
Was he a Thai?
Yeah, he was from
okay.
Galaxy Gym. So
Right.
he was like teammates with Taksin Lek, who knocked out Same, beat Super Lek, drawed with Super Bank. They have Diesel Lek at the gym. He was Rajadam champion, and they sent me into the ring to clinch his teammate, and his teammate had just beat Simon Decker. So. He was like,
Yeah.
so like, and I was like, when I'm fighting him, like Thursday, and it was Tuesday at the time. So
Wow.
like, I remember I was hitting pads that night, and me pad man was like, "He's gonna batter you." He was like, "He's my best mate. We went to college together," and I was like, "Right, great." And then yeah, just
Mad experience.
yeah, it's brilliant.
So is there any preference when you're going out to Thailand? I know you mentioned is it Kaya Pontit?
Yeah, fun tip. Yeah.
Is that the main gym that you go to when you go there?
Yeah,
as
so
opposed to-
obviously Kev's always been great mates with Rob Cox.
Right,
And
okay.
then, so obviously that was the first gym I went to because that's where Isaac had previously been.
Right.
And obviously it's where all the lads from here go.
Yeah.
And then like, I don't know, they just took me in as like, they've always treated me like their kid, and
Yeah.
like now they sponsor me and looked
Oh,
after
great.
me, and yeah, I just kept going there.
Okay.
And yeah, just.
So what's the
treated me
style like? You know, some gyms obviously in Thailand they have different
More of a
styles.
clinch gym.
More
yeah.
of a clinch gym.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, you can adapt though. Like,
Yeah.
they teach you for you. So when you go, so say if a fighter is small and stocky, they'll make me be on the back foot and practice kicking
Yeah.
as he comes forward and tries to box me, or like, and they'll give us like different drills to suit us. So it's nice, and yeah. So it's, they don't have one style; they have a style to suit you.
That's good.
that's
So it's
important.
nice.
That you feel like you're being
Yeah.
catered to, innit? And you're not just like kind of just being fobbed off with whatever they do.
That's it, and yeah, it's just being able to learn because you changed me a lot, and
Do
yeah.
you feel like you've grown a lot since you've been training out there and
Yeah,
coming
and
back?
it just
obviously?
makes you stronger, and
Yeah.
like when I first went there, it's like you got to earn the respect of the Thais as
Yeah.
well. Like if you're
Yeah.
just getting thrown around, but now I can hold my own with them. Like the longer I've been there, it's you got to earn the respect, and if you don't train hard, you're not gonna earn the respect. So if you're training hard, you're putting the work in.
Yeah.
If you're getting thrown on the floor and you're taking ages to get up, the Thais are just a good thing. Like,
Yeah.
but if you're getting up and you're going at them and you're going harder, giving them a hard time, they got to respect you. You know.
So how does your training differ from obviously Thailand to being here at Majestic? Obviously in the UK, you know, we're not as privileged to be able to just do that.
Yeah.
You know, just train and just eat and have a sleep in the day and train again and eat. How does it differ being here? And
Well,
Obviously the
since I
running
came back
twice
from
a
my
day.
last one, I was trying to. I've just pretty much done it like full time.
Right, okay.
Like just try to stay active when I came home. But usually I've been at uni or college.
Yeah.
Which I was doing 2 days a week at uni, and then
Okay.
I'd work. But yeah, I'd get up, I'd run. If I was at uni, I'd come here in between the day, like if I had a spare session, and
Yeah.
then train again at night.
Yeah,
So I
so
still make sure I get in 2 sessions a day running, but it's just not the same as there.
No.
And obviously with uni or college, so since I left high school, you get like 3 months off in between. So you're off from June to September, so 3 months every time
the
I
best bit
just
of being
go.
a student, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's something I love doing.
Definitely.
So yeah, every year I was going for 3 months, and then I thought, fuck it. Let's
Would you
go
say?
with
Would you
it.
say that a few fights I've had on, I've sometimes stressed that as much as there's a lot of positive training in Thailand, some of them do overtrain a little bit, and
Yeah.
the repetition's good, but some days the body's just a little
That's
bit
it, so
broken. So what's your views on that?
They look down on you. It's like you look down on if you have a rest and stuff like that. So with me, it was I need to keep training hard, and then if they see that, they tell you to have a rest.
Right,
So
okay.
you don't want to take one off your own back, and because I did get sponsored by them, it was like I wanted to prove that I'm
sure.
good enough, I'm strong enough.
And they made the right decision.
Yeah,
Sponsors.
but
good.
I was out there for 5 months last time, and I think that's why I ended up coming home, because it was like that's all you're thinking about. It's like you don't have an escape, from it. Like here, you can just go out with your mates. Like if you have a fight, you can disappear for a week. Where there, you're living at the gym. So if you don't train, you're bored. Like unless you're going into Bangkok, sent at Bangkok, and obviously you're doing it for a job, you're doing it for money, and not just that. Your body's in bits all the time. Like you're in agony, and it was. I just wanted more of a break. I missed having something outside of Thai boxing, and
it's a valid point, especially obviously with your experience now. You've had a lot of fights. You kind of know your body now, so you know when I've had a hard
it's
few
not
days.
even that. I loved being out there, and there's so much to do. But it's like I knew if I go out, I'd eat, and because you're fighting all the time, you need to keep that weight low.
So you just wanted that little bit of downtime. I understand.
Would you say you were influenced by the Thai way then? The reason why I asked, because obviously because they're fighting like every week or every other week, they almost like have the first 2-3 rounds, just get into the swing of it, and then they come out like 4th and 5th round. That's for the money rounds. The reason why I asked is because I was watching your fight versus McGreevy, the Irish guy, on Yakao, and it felt almost a bit like that. Like in the 4th and 5th round, you literally just come out like 10, 12, 15 like punch combos. Like, would you say that you were influenced by that Thai way in that sense?
Well, in Thailand, I fight on Max Muay Thai a lot, and it's 3 threes.
Right. Okay.
So it's like, and you're not allowed to take a step back on that show. So take a step back, you can get a point deducted. So they give you a warning once. Take another step back, you get fingy. You get obviously your point taken off you, and you get money per stitch you give or get.
Yeah, I've seen something about that bonus on the screen.
Yeah, no, so that's performance bonus. So they want you just both go at each other. So if you go at each other and you're entertaining, you can get a bonus. If you have an absolute war, you've both been dropped, you've been cut, you can get a super bonus. Like,
mental.
First time I was on it, just went at the lad. I got dropped, I then cut him, and then I stopped him, and I only got the bonus. So it's like, you think what you need to get a super bonus, but you get 500 back per stitch you give or get. So that's like 12 quid.
Yeah.
12 quid per stitch. So like,
God, that's crazy.
It adds up, like.
Yeah, definitely. Get a good few stitches.
So they just want you to elbow each other and go forward, like. So there, you don't normally see a fighter like sit back and kick.
Not more like a female fighter.
No.
More,
you can do it, but you got to push forward to kick.
Yeah.
You can have any style on it, but they want you to be aggressive.
So obviously, when you're at your gym and you've been offered a fight on Max, is it Max Muay Thai?
Yeah.
Is your coaches, telling you need to go forward at this time? You've got.
If I come to the UK, it's we know them first 2 rounds aren't going to go, and I don't want to show my opponents that what I'm going to do later on. You know what I mean? Yeah. So like, you want to hide it. You maybe show them something different for the first 2 rounds, and then later on, that's when you.
Is that because of the reason that the later rounds score more on like the judges' cards?
Yeah, not just that, but I feel like I'm a lot fitter than most as well, so I can push that later on.
Yeah, that's what I did notice well from that McGreevy fight. Like, you just like, I seemed like you just had endless energy to expunge at that at the end.
Not
you
just
looked like
that,
shell shot that you would just come in, bam, bam, bam. And
he's the most draining fighter ever because he throws everything directly to his stomach. So he's either TPing you, long kneeing you, body shotting you, and he's just a draining fighter as well. And it's like, I'm not used to fighting people taller than me. Like, I'm not with the tall one.
He's tall. He's
massive.
Yeah, he's proper. Really tall.
I know he beat Mike Hesslick. He just stopped Dommy Kelly, and Dommy Kelly had got a draw with Clancy, who's WBC world champion.
Right.
And he was just walking through people, and I was like,
it's a good name to beat, yeah.
So I wanted to start aggressive, and I felt I did start aggressive, but I wasn't showing much effect on him because that's just his start. He don't show he don't show you that he's there or anything. So I knew I'd have to pick it up.
In between, so in the corner after round 3, before the start of round 4, would your coach Kev, who we spoke to before, would he be saying anything in particular?
So I came back and Kev just laughed. He went, "Max time."
Is that what he said? Yeah, Max time.
He just laughed, and if you watch the video, he just laughs in the corner and goes, Max in now.
I'll have to watch for that.
Yeah, that's a good one. We'll have to get
You
that
can't
in the
hear
podcast.
it. You can't hear it, but he does like a little smile, and he has us face him, so we sit in and we just put our legs up so they'll rub, and it's just so we can focus on Kev, and he just laughed and said Max.
Yeah, so it's clear to see you've got a really good relationship with Kev. You've been with him since young, so you know it's going to obviously give you confidence, isn't it, in the corner when you've got someone like that. And
that's it. If you got a faith in someone, you know.
Yeah, definitely. So how is it when obviously you're coming back from Thailand? You've been there. How many times have you been to Thailand?
Yeah.
Do you know?
5
times. So obviously you're training with your top Thais. You're fighting on these shows. When you're coming back now to obviously have a domestic fight in the UK.
Yeah.
How are you feeling when you're coming back? For example, obviously your last fight on Yokkao, or even any other fight on MTGP, you know, one of these local shows, you must be feeling really confident, you know.
Yeah, when I come back, it's like, if Kev sees I've done well out in Thailand, he'll give me that push up and that jump up in level, and pushing me. We've never took an easy fight. We always want to push ourselves, and
You fought the current UK number 1 at your weight class, Jack Cooper. How did you feel that fight went? Because I saw at the end you looked like you were quite disappointed with the decision. Did you feel like you'd done enough to win that?
I thought I just nicked it. My corner thought I won, and end of round 5 it was you've won. But it's just one of them things, isn't it? Mightn't always go your way, but I thought I did enough. I think he sat back too much and he didn't trouble me with anything, and I think I went into that fight thinking it's going to be such a hard time. I'm going to have a hard time. I'm going to have to pull something out like I did against McGreevy, and then after first 30 seconds and he hit me, you get complacency, and you just think,
I know,
and I think I got that confidence too early, and but then I was also worried about little things of what he does well, because he stops a lot of lads, and I don't think I committed as much, you know what I mean? If I fought him again, I know it'd be a different story, but
do you want to fight him again eventually?
Yeah, happily, but I want to deserve that shot. I want to get more experience, 20 years old, fighting for the number 1 spot. When I'm 22.
Who would you like to fight in your next 1 or 2 fights? What kind of names? Anyone
3,
in particular?
4, 5, anyone.
Number
2.
Any specific names that you would?
Not
necessarily on the spot. Not saying call them out, but
Daniel from Hanyaman, who holds the ICO European title. That'd be nice. Marcela at the Emmy. Anyone? He's game. He's game. Mike Egan. Anyone?
So I saw on your Instagram that you train with Mark. What's his name? The UFC guy.
Yeah.
You train with him. How was that experience training with him?
Good, yeah.
He's a big heavy hitter, isn't he?
Yeah, it's hard. And more as time's gone, first few times we sparred, he was trying to spar Thai, but now he's fighting a Thai fighter next, a really good Thai lad. Okay. And now he moves a lot, and he's going to knock this guy out now. He's unreal, and now he's used to sparring Thai boxers, and he's very unorthodox as well. He spins a lot, you two technical lads. He moves, he spins,
How would you describe your style of fighting, or is it obviously you've been out to Thailand, you train at Majestic, you've been with Kev for a long time now. Would you say there's a Majestic style? Is there a particular style? And I know Kev said that each fighter has their own independent, but change that. How would you describe your style? What would you say? Would you say you're a pressure fighter? Would you say
probably more aggressive now?
More aggressive?
Probably because of Max. Max changed me for the better.
It makes me laugh that now, just hearing Kev saying Max.
He's done it so many times now. Same with the Cooper fight, when I came out fast. But it's
aggressive style.
Aggressive style, but I used to just be on the back foot, left kick, left kick, and then now
being so tall, you've got a perfect body for it. you can.
Yeah, I can make. It depends who you fight. Like, if someone's good aggressively, it depends. If I see them as an aggressive fighter, but I know if you give it them back, they'll go but then if they're good all rounded, then you gotta know when to mix it up and stuff like that.
I also saw on, I think it was on your Instagram, might have been on Liam's, but you'd also was sparring with him before he fought.
Liam Harrison.
Yeah,
Who was he?
One championship.
What fight was that for that you were training with him for?
For my fight or his fight?
You were helping him for his fight.
Oh, he was fighting Mohammed bin Mahmoud for one championship.
Ah, right, yeah.
And then I was fighting on Max the day after.
Okay.
So, 2 days after, because I remember I went watching him fight on one, and like I just done my sweatsuit, and like I was there like bone face, like watching him, and then straight back, and then ran in morning weighed in.
Do you think it benefits you as well training with these guys like UFC guys and Liam, these big guys?
Yeah, it's different styles and stuff. And if you spar if you spar with the same person every time, you know what you have to do against that lad and what's successful. Where in a fight, you don't have that time to figure them out, so you need to be used to mixing it up and adapting. So if you spar with someone, you're not going to spar with them loads that day, you know what I mean? Like, because you'll be bouncing around with different people, so you need to adapt there and then. Yeah,
I think Liam, obviously, no doubt, is the number one in the UK, has been for a long time now, so being in there, that must, again, give you a lot of confidence. And
yeah, like, Liam's good, and obviously and with someone as much knowledge and experience as Liam, having to try and read what he does is, again, a learning experience for myself, and it's...
Definitely.
So what goals would you say you'd like to achieve in the future then? Would you like to hold
long
a
term
belt?
or short term?
Well, both really.
Long term, my overall goal, it's never changed. I've always wanted to be ranked in the stadiums. I want to go back, and I'd like to be in the top 10 at Lumpini or Radja. I know that, obviously, Rob said this to me because of my weight. Like, obviously, I think that makes it easier, but it's also harder because I'm not in a competitive weight division in Thailand.
Yeah.
But like, I believe if I can make fight in the stadiums a bit more, and I'll be able to fast track, you know what I mean? Because there's not as many Thais in the weight, it's more foreigners in the 72 and a half, because it's same day weighing.
Yeah.
So
that'd be a massive achievement.
I'd like to be ranked in the stadium, or I want the WBC world title, and then eventually, if I can do that, I'd like to get into WBC Hall of Fame. That's I aim high. And
so what's your views on, obviously, like one championship? There's a lot of UK fighters getting signed at the minute. Obviously, like I said, you're still at a young age, but is that on your radar?
It was before Cooper fight. I actually got offered to fight on. Well, Rob put my name forward. So Petch Moricot's opponent pulled out.
Wow.
And Rob didn't tell me, and so Rob messaged me and was just like, "Oh, did you see Petch Moricot's opponents changed?" And I was like, "Yeah." He was like, "Oh, that could have been you. I told them, but you would have took it." Didn't ask me. He just said, "Oh, Josh will fight." Yeah. His exact words were to me, "I know someone stupid enough to fight him on a week's notice." and then a day out, he messaged you first. He messaged Kev first, and was like, "What's Josh's weight?" But obviously, by the time you get there, it's short notice. But a week out, happily would have done it. It was for the one world title as well. So
I think it's good that you've got connections out there in Thailand. You've got a good relationship with, obviously, Rob and Kev. Has a lot of history. So
it was for 2 weeks after the Cooper fight, and the show did get cancelled. It was potentially fighting the current Lumpini champion at Lumpini.
Right.
So for the WBC belt. So that was another opportunity. So hopefully for future these will come again.
And, definitely.
So you're going to try and go out there now as soon as you can?
I've got uni first, but in between, like every summer holiday, I'll be out, and then next year, I'll go again, and just keep going.
Wicked.
So how do you find? Just another question. How do you find fighting in Thailand compared to fighting in the UK? Do you feel there's a lot more pressure in the UK when you're fighting on home soil, as opposed to Thailand?
Just longer bit. Yeah, not really. Fight's a fight, innit?
Fight's a fight.
Yeah. So normally I'll fight in Thailand, and I'll come back and I'll fight here like 3-4 weeks after.
Yeah.
And it's just.
What about like the atmosphere and stuff like that with the crowd? Obviously.
Thailand crowds are brilliant because it don't matter who you are, like you're getting shouted for. You know what I mean? Like, and you can't hear it. It's brilliant out there. Yeah. the betting left, right, and centre, all the hand sides.
Yeah.
Like the atmospheres are great, especially on Max. Like I've never heard me corner once on Max. No. So we actually know one of our lads, Gav Rogerson, came out and cornered me, and yeah. So I heard him, but apart from that, you can't really hear.
Yeah. What's your Thai language like? Have you learnt a bit of Thai?
Yeah, I've learnt a bit like over time.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've got to practice.
Yeah.
So you
That's
ain't
good.
getting home if you're in a
Yeah.
taxi. You know what I mean?
Just thought I'd give that one to you.
Anyone or anything you'd like to shout out before we wrap it up?
Yeah, thanks to my sponsors, for Finger Kitchens, and Taurus Cranes, and yeah.
Is there anything you're looking for? Any sponsors for any supplements? Anything like that? Is anything you know people have got to get in touch and hit you up? Obviously, you're a promising.
No, I have Four Seasons Kitchens who sponsor me, who do all my meals and everything.
Oh, that's great.
Any sponsors, happily, yeah.
Hit him up on his social media. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you very much for having us down, and thank you everyone for watching. See you again soon.